What is the best time of year to get started in wholesaling real estate? That is what we're going to be talking about today in this video. Welcome YouTube, and it is so good to be back. It's been just a couple of months since my last upload, and I've been busy working on a few projects and just spending some time with my family. I have a 11-month-old baby girl, and so that has been awesome just to spend some extra time with her and work on some projects. But I am so excited to be back recording these videos, and I have a lot of cool topics to cover, but I always want to hear from you, so don't be shy about commenting future topics that you would like to learn, areas that you'd like to get some clarity, or strategies you'd like to discuss, because I always want to make sure the content that I produce is relevant to you. But this video in particular has been a topic and a question that I've gotten a lot lately, and people have been asking, Steven, like, what is the best time of year to get started? Real estate wholesaling houses. And I want to share with you some really powerful tips around that if you will heed this advice, if you will take this and be proactive, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it can transform your business, because quite literally, that's what it did for me. That's what it's done, for people that I've worked with, and I want to share this with you. So just answering the question point blank, what's the best time of year? For me personally, in my wholesaling business, it's always been November, December, and January. It's very relevant because at the time of this video, we're approaching the holidays. We're a few weeks out before that holiday season. And this can be an incredibly powerful time of the year to get your marketing in place, okay? So I encourage you, right now is the time to double down. Right now is the time to get your marketing in place, to get moving, and to be as proactive as possible, okay? So in marketing, giving people a time frame and utilizing that time of year like the holidays is so powerful, and it's so easy to do, right? So if you're thinking to yourself like, well, maybe I will just kind of enjoy this holiday season, I'm just gonna maybe do some extra studying, some extra reading, and I'll get started after the first of the year. I just want to encourage you that if you will focus over this holiday season, if you'll focus for these next 90 days, you could be starting the new year in such a different place than maybe you've started before. And so I want to encourage you to do the work right now. When I first started, my wholesaling business, and I burnt the bridges, and I had, quit my job, I was wholesaling full time. I even wondered myself, being in Ohio, where it gets cold, it snows. I mean, it's not like Minnesota or Michigan or something like that, but we get a lot of snow and it gets cold. And I was wondering, are things going to slow down? Is this going to be like a slow winter? Is it going to be kind of rough, or, what's going to happen? But I had already, quit my job. I was newly married to my wife, and I really didn't have a choice. And so I was just bound and determined to make something happen, and by the grace of God, something did happen. And so my very first $25,000 deal came at the very beginning of December, back when I started about 8 or 9 years ago. So, and then historically, year after year, looking back, November, December, January has always been my bigger months. It's still been consistent throughout the year, but those are just, spikes, okay? And, I was talking to a few of my colleagues and friends and some other big investors around the country, some of which who have been doing this for 20 and 30 years, and they all have said the very same thing. Fourth quarter is such a powerful time of year, and it's always been their bigger months because, there's something psychologically, I think, in people's mind that the new year is a time to let something go. It's to start fresh. And so when you put your mind in the mind frame, when you put yourself, not your mind, well, yourself and your mind, I guess. When you put yourself in the mind frame of your ideal seller and somebody that's going through a certain event where they want to unload a property, a lot of times they are like, they have that end of the year in their mind, right? Like they're thinking like, okay, it's a new year. Like I don't want to go into the new year with this property. I want to make a decision on this and just and be done with it. They want to let it go. Also, for those of you who are doing your investing business in colder climates, that can be a powerful motivator for sellers that they don't want to deal with the property, in the winter when it gets cold, and they're more motivated to let it go. There's a new year, which, is property taxes and stuff like that. So there's so many reasons why, people want to let go their property. So what I'll do in my marketing, and here's just a kind of a golden tip, in all of the voicemails that you leave for motivated sellers, in all of your day-to-day networking, when you're maybe handing out a business card, letting somebody know that you and your partners buy houses, just simply let them know, say, hey, I just wanted to reach out to you. Like me and my partners, we're looking for another deal before Thanksgiving, or, before the end of the year. We have our eyes on a few right now, but we want to make something happen. We're super serious. So, if this is something, Mrs. Jones, that you want to, not deal with as it starts to get cold, as we head through the holidays, we can be flexible and kind of work with your schedule, but we are ready to make something happen. So let me know, and we can get started. So if you can just incorporate, little bits of language, whether it's a little sticky note on your letters, like one of those neon sticky notes that you put on all the marketing pieces. We're looking to pick up another piece of property before the new year. Please give me a call on my cell as soon as you read this letter. Something like that, something small in your conversations and on your mail pieces. And if you're calling, let's say, attorneys or other businesses that you're networking and getting referrals from, let them know that you and your partners have your sights set on picking up another couple properties before the end of the year. And then as you progress through the holidays, that verbiage changes. And you can say after the new year, now that it's the new year, we're looking to start strong in Q1 and have a property that we're moving forward on this this first week of January, or by mid-January, we're super interested in making an offer on your property. So always incorporating that time of year has been incredibly powerful, and just people more naturally are motivated to make a decision. Okay, so golden tip is to utilize the time of year that you're in. And this goes through like summer, like with 4th of July, when school starts, and August and September, the different holidays, Memorial Day, Labor Day. Always utilize the time of year in any marketing that you do, because it's very powerful. It gives people a reason why you're doing what you're doing, and it also, like, people want to know that you're not just mailing 1,000 people. They want to feel personalized in your marketing, right? So like, if you have a little neon sticky note on the letter that you're sending to a seller that says, Jan, I just wanted you to know that we're like super interested in getting a property here before Christmas. When you get this, give my cell a call. We'd love to make an offer on your property. Something like that. It just says, hey, like, this isn't some type of mass mailing. So little things like that, to be creative, are incredibly powerful. Okay, so let me just plant this thought in your mind that, what if 90 days from now, watching this video, you chose to get started and to be as proactive as possible, and you did one $20,000 deal or two $20,000 deals, which would be, what, 40 grand? Which, is what a lot of people make an entire year. So guys, there's so many deals to be had around this time of year. And even if you're watching this after the holiday season, it's incredibly powerful to utilize the time of year that you're in. Like the next big holiday or time of year or season change. Incorporate that in your phone calls, your voicemails, the stamps that you use on your letters, in your communication, and always let people know that you're looking to get a few more deals before that time period hits. It has to do with people's psychology, and it gives them a reason why, and it also personalizes things for them, and they don't feel like they're just being marketed to by they're just one of 1,000 people. You took time to explain this to them. You took time to put a little sticky note on their letter. They feel good about that time of year, and people are used to buying or selling in this type of environment, right? Like, people are used to buying gifts on Black Friday. They're used to time frames. They're used to sales. And so it's just the way our minds work. So if you can incorporate that in your marketing, that's incredibly powerful. So I just want to give you that really powerful tip. And then the second way that I want to answer this question, if you're wondering, Stephen, back to the title of this video, like, what is the best time of year to wholesale? The answer to that question is right now. And I'll do another couple videos on this topic, but another question a lot of people are wondering is, Stephen, do you think the real estate market is going to crash? Like, what do you think is going to happen? And so I got started in real estate in around 2009, just after the last market crash. And so I have a lot of experience with that. And that's when I got my real estate business moving and off the ground. And so this is the time, and I don't want to get into that exact question in this video, but that's going to be on a future video here. But what I want to tell you is now is the time to get your wholesaling strategies in place, to execute on that, to double down so that you can have loads of cash to acquire properties at very deep discounts when the market does crash. You want to be in a capital surplus so that you have options during that time, right? Because that can be an incredibly transformational time when the market does crash. If you have loads of capital in your business, think about it as stocks. Like, does Warren Buffett buy stocks when they're at an all-time high? No, he buys them when they're low, right? And it's the same thing for big-time savvy investors who, just transform their entire business. When the market does crash, they have the position to go in there and buy properties at such a great discount. So regardless of when you think, the market is going to crash, now is a time to get the capital. And one of the best ways to do that is by wholesaling real estate. So, and so for that reason, it is a magnificent time to get going. But also, I can't tell you, over the years of talking with so many of my students and subscribers, and people who have watched my YouTube videos and then come back a couple of years later, like, man, Stephen, I wish I would have gotten started on this like 2 years ago. I saw your video and then I just got busy with life, and then I went to a real estate seminar, or I read a book, or I heard something online, or on Instagram or on Facebook or by somebody else's YouTube channel, and I started taking this real estate thing seriously again, and I'm so pissed off at myself for not starting this like 2 years ago when I first saw your video. So I can't tell you guys how many times that I've heard like that to some degree or another. And so, looking back at myself, there are things that I wish I would have done years ago, and we all have that procrastination and creative avoidance. So I don't know if you guys can see, I have this like zit on my forehead, right? And so I'm like, maybe I should just wait, till tomorrow to record this video, right? Just little things. This is something that constantly plagues us, as individuals and as entrepreneurs. There's always a reason why, and this is just another powerful tip, guys, creative avoidance. When things get really tough and you're trying to build a business while you're in a full-time job, while you're trying to learn and master a new marketing strategy, isn't it so much easier to go on Facebook, to just go on Netflix, to go on, other YouTube videos and just avoid, right? It's so much easier to clean your office, to organize your email, to organize or clean something else, to go work out, and all those are great things, right? But it's so easy and you want to watch for that creative avoidance, and because it'll sneak up on you even when you've been doing this for a while. And so I just, as we're talking about the best time to, to get started, to get moving, when you feel that resistance to be like, man, maybe this is getting a little challenging, or, maybe I haven't gotten results as fast as I wanted to in my business, maybe I'm gonna hop to another strategy, or maybe I'm going to just wait till after the new year. I would encourage you to get started now. So now is the best time to get started in your real estate wholesaling business. So anyways, guys, I want to keep this video relatively short, but I am back. I'm going to be recording 2 videos a week. My goal and intention is to release them Tuesdays and Fridays at noon-ish. So let me know in the comments what you think of this video. If you have any experience wholesaling, I'd love to hear from you. What's been your best time of year in your business? What other topics do you want to learn about? What other topics do you want me to do videos on? And if you guys would like, if any one of you watching this video, regardless of the time you're watching this video, if you need help in your real estate business, or you want some additional specific training, what I want you to do is click the first link in this video, the first link in the description of this video, and I have some free training and content that I want to share with you, and then you'll have an opportunity to speak with me personally. And so I want to encourage you to do that. And regardless of if you don't want to speak with me personally, I do have some great content for you, and it's a chance to kind of be in communication with me. So guys, I want you to know that I appreciate you big time. I have a ton of fun recording these videos. And so that is all I have for this one. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, see ya.